Hey kids, Mr. Glenn here. Hope you're well. We are going to go into our lessons again. This time we're going to go into lesson 2, and then at the end of this we're going to show you how to take screenshots and then send into our Google Classrooms. Okay, so go into play, go and view the library. In there are your lessons, and we're going to go to computer science. Again, block-based coding, and then we're going to go into coding fundamentals number 1. This time we're going to go and save the sea turtles, and we're going to go and create the world. So Dr. Barwin is here with us again. We can right click on him and we can speak to him. Again, you can use the immersive reader if you're not sure what's happening or what's being said, or if you want it to be spoken aloud to you. The first stop will be the Galapagos Islands. It's a great starting off point due to its unique wildlife, some of which only exist on the island. There was a storm earlier that knocked down some trees and washed up trash onto the shore. We'll need to go down there and clear it out. I'll wait up here. Use your radio if you need help. I'm ready. So here are the turtles, and these are the paths. So we have to go and get our agent, once we've hit C, to come down here and break the fence. You'll then need to do some repeats, because that's the next step, once you're here, to get into the trash area, which is just over there near the beach. So we're going to go and press C to code. And this time you can see that we've got different blocks. So you can see that this is getting progressively harder. And it's a nice, gentle step up. We're going to go and on chat command run. We can make the agent move forward. And then we're going to go and just use our repeats sensibly in order to get our agent moving along here. So, as before, it's sometimes a good idea to bring in our pseudocode again. If you remember, we had in our last lesson, we had our page like that I had drawn out. This allows you to put the steps into your mind and then put the code together in Minecraft. The reason you do this is so that you get fewer mistakes while you're trying to put the code together. So it stops you from hitting C and then constantly retrying and retrying and retrying and retrying. There's nothing wrong with retrying, because you can do a little bit and test it out and see how far your agent actually gets. But to draw it out and write it out in pseudocode, in something that is just simple, pseudocode is just code that you understand. You can draw it in a style. So you can see the way that I've drawn this. Pseudocode is just FD3, FD2, FD1, up, down. But in our actual code, that's not what that's not what's written in our code blocks at all. Turn my code off. So I'm going to have a look here. We've got forwards 2, right turn, forwards 1, left turn. So I'm going to go and hit code, and what I want to do is just look where my agent's going to go. So the agent's going to turn right, and then it's going to move forwards 2, forwards 1, left turn. So what I'm going to do now is just get to the point where we are here, and then I'm going to show you what the repeats do. I'm just going to go and quickly pause this, and I'll show you back in a second what my code looks like. So I'm going to go back into my code. I'm going to hit seed code. So here's what I've put. You can see that I've done a quick left and right here as it goes through the maze. And then as it moves up here, this button here moves your code from left to right. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps in total. So once my agent is here, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to step 5 blocks, and with that 6th block in total. So here I've got my repeat 5. Repeat 5 times, and it's only going to go forward 1 block. So this stops you from having to put many blocks in there at once. So I'm going to hit play now, and I've got number 1. So I'm going to go into my chat. Hit T to chat number 1, and then my agent will test it. So there's an error. I need to go back into my code and check it out. So what I've done is just edit the mistake that I made, because I made the agent go one way or the other. And what I'm going to do is just show you what I did in order to check it out with my pseudocode. My pseudocode is very basic this time. I've just drawn a line, and then I've made it so that I can understand how many blocks I need to go at the end and how many repeats I've got. So I've got repeats on my forwards here. So I'm going to go and hit play this time. And I use my right click to remember to confirm reset. So I can go and hit C to code, hit play, and now I'm ready to set it off. So I'm going to hit T. Remember last videos, I can hit the up arrow key, and it brings my agent to the fence, and that activity is complete. So this time I've got a zigzag pattern before I get down to understanding how my agent can collect objects, because the next stage after this is where you need to collect the rubbish. Your agent has its own inventory as well. So your inventory, if I hit E, this is an inventory, so I've got all my items in here. Your agent has something very similar too. So this is where your agent will collect all your bits and pieces in its own inventory. So your next video, your next step, once you've had to go yourself, is to go and use this zigzag, and we'll probably have to use pseudocode for this. Right, my little cherubs. As always, year 5. Good luck.